Hello friends, in this video I will show you how to interface stepper motor with Delta PLC. We have stepper motor and Delta PLC. So I will show you how to program Delta PLC with stepper motor. Okay. So this is basic wiring diagram. You can see here this is Delta PLC. So for any kind of stepper programming or servo programming, we need transistor output PLC. Okay. So I have selected transistor output PLC here. Yeah, this is SMPS. SMPS will provide us 24 volt DC. So this plus 24 volt will need to connect to direction plus and pulse plus. Then on this stepper drive side, we need to give the supply to stepper side, stepper drive. So this is VCC and ground. These are the for plus 24 and minus 24. So plus 24 is connected to VCC here, right? And in PLC side, in transistor PLC we have terminals of UP and ZP. So for UP we need to connect plus 24 to UP and minus 24 to ZP. So basically Y0 is our pulses, right? And Y1 is direction. So we will give pulses to this pulse minus, that is Y0 we need to connect to pulse minus and Y1 to direction. So this is Y1. So basically this is wiring details for stepper drive. Okay. Now I will show you the hardware part of the stepper drive and PLC. Okay, let's see. Let's take overview of hardware. This is PLC, DVP12AC, Delta Meg. This is stepper drive. Okay. Okay, this is front view. This is side view. So stepper drive, stepper motor, and this is SMPS power supply. We have stepper motor of 87 kg. Okay, and this is a drive compatible with this stepper motor based on this current. Okay, let's take a brief overview of this stepper drive. Okay, you can see here this is direction minus, direction plus, pulse minus, pulse plus. Okay, so we have to connect plus 24 volt to this direction plus and pulse plus. Then we have to connect Y0 to this pulse minus and Y1 to this direction minus. Okay, then we need to connect motor to A1, A minus, sorry, A plus, A minus, B plus and B minus. Okay, and we need to give supply to this two terminal. Okay, so basically here they have shown AC, but it works on DC. It is also working on 24 volt DC. So I will give the 24 volt plus here and minus here. Okay, then one more thing here, this is pulse revolution table. Okay, you can see this is setting of switch 5, switch 6, switch 7 and switch 8. Now you can see here there are multiple switches here. Okay, I will show you front view. Okay, here you can see this is switch 1, switch 2, switch 3. In this way there are 9 switches. Okay, so this side means this switch is now on, these two switches are on. Okay, and this side is off. Okay, so based on this table, pulse and revolution table, you can see here 400 means, now what is this 400? It is pulse per revolution. Okay, means if we give 400 pulses to this stepper drive, then it will rotate to 1 revolution. Okay, so for 400 pulses we will keep this 5, 6, 7, 8 switches to on position. Okay, so as per your requirement, if you if you put these switches as on, off, on, then if you give 1600 pulses, then motor will complete 1 revolution. Okay, this is stepper motor, it works on pulses. So basically this table is pulse per revolution table. Okay, so how much pulses you want for 1 revolution? If you put switches on this condition, it will rotate for 1 revolution for 400 pulses. if you want 800 pulses per revolution, then you need to put these switches as a off, on. Okay, so this is basically pulse per revolution table, and this is current table. If your motor is taking motor temperature is going high, if motor is high temperature, then you need to just change the current table. Okay, so for current table you have three switches, switch 1, switch 2, switch 3. Okay, so just check the temperature of motor. If you will feel that motor temperature is high, then you need to select the ampere as per your motor rating. Okay, let's see the programming part. So wiring, I will show one more time. I will show the wiring in laptop screen. Okay, so I will do the wiring of all these four, then we'll connect, then we'll start the programming. Okay, one more thing here. So these are the four cables for motor, right? These are the four cable, and you need to connect these four cable to A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus. Then how can you check which cable to connect to A plus and A minus? So it is very simple method. So A plus and A minus means it is one coil. Okay, so A plus and A minus means it is one coil, and B plus and B minus is another coil. So in this four cable you need to just take continuity from multimeter. So those we have suppose this two wire has one continuity, it is showing the continuity in multimeter, then you need to connect these two cable for A1 and A plus and A minus, or B plus or B minus. And another two wire, if this two wire has a continuity on multimeter, then you can connect this wire to the secondary coil, that is B plus or B minus. Okay, let's start the programming part. Now let's start the programming side. Okay, so in WPL soft we can write the program for Delta PLC. Okay, so here I have already written the program. I will explain step by step. Okay, so basically for first thing, for pulses to generate the pulses from Y0 or Y1, we need to use DPLSY instruction. Okay, you can use PLSY or DPLSY. So DPLSY is basically double word instruction. Okay, and PLSY is a single word instruction. So here I have taken one M1 bit here, and M1 bit is for manual forward, and this M4 is manual selection bit, means manual mode is selected. So in manual mode selected, if M1 is on, then our motor will rotate forward, and if M2 is on, then our motor will rotate in reverse direction. This is in manual mode. So for auto mode, this M3 bit is for auto selected. In M3 in auto mode, if M6 bit is on, then our motor will rotate. Okay, so Y1 is for reverse direction. So suppose for M2, whenever our M2 will be on, the motor will be rotate in reverse direction. So on M2 bit we have on Y1 output. Okay, so in this instruction, DPLSY instruction, so this is first register is D500. So this is actually our speed of motor. Okay, and second register is D502. So D502 is our output pulses, means whatever we will provide the pulses in D502, the motor will rotate based on that pulses, and this is speed of motor. Okay, so Y0 is our pulse, that is why we have connected Y0 to pulses. Here you can see this Y0 is connected to pulses, right? So Y1 will provide the pulse, and Y0 will provide the pulse, and Y1 will provide direction. Okay, So this D500 is frequency, means speed. Okay, so I have multiplied this 504 D504 with K100 and result is stored in D500, and then this D500 is used here. Okay, now if this D502 is our pulses, right? So in D502, so for auto mode, this is M3 is auto selected bit. Okay, so in auto mode we can give command to the stepper motor based on our pulses, but in manual mode we need to continue running in motor. Okay, so whenever you want to run motor continue, just move K0 in this pulses. So here I have moved K0 in D502, means this in 502. In manual mode, in 502 0 will be there. So if it is this 502 is 0, it means motor will rotate till this button is on, M1 or M2. Okay, and in auto mode motor will rotate whichever we provide the pulses in 510 till completion of this pulses motor will rotate. Okay, I will show you in next part. Just scroll down here. Yeah, so this is during manual forward and manual reverse I have moved K0 in output pulses, and during auto required pulses we need to move in D502. Okay, so this is basically a short program for auto. So whenever this M8 bit will be on, I have from this bit I have on the M6 bit. Okay, then M6 is latch, and this M1029 is pulse completion bit. Means understand here, suppose in auto mode we have given here 800 pulses in 510. So on deep switch setting I have set the deep switches like that 800 pulses per revolution. So whenever I will turn on this M8, and if I have 800 value in D510, then motor will rotate 1 revolution, and after completing this 800 pulses this bit will be on, M1029. Once this bit is on, then again I reset this M8. Okay, means this bit will be off. Okay, let's see this part. So below this program is basically for calculation of RPM. So how to calculate stepper motor RPM? So this is basically with the help of this formula. You can see here, this is a formula to calculate the RPM, A divided by 360 into frequency into 60. Okay, I will explain online. First we will see this manual and auto mode. Okay, so let's download this program in PLC. Let's put it in run mode. Okay, so this D500 is our speed. Okay, so right now I have put K20 in D504. So I will just change the value of this 504. It's 32 bit because we have taken demultiplication, right? Let's take here K10. Okay, so K10 multiplied by 100, it's K1000, and we are giving K1000 frequency, right, speed. And in pulses right now it is 0, K0. Let's select the manual mode, suppose, set on. So in manual mode, okay, so in manual mode whenever this bit will be on, so K0 pulses will be moving in 502, right? So let's see the stepper side. I will just turn on camera for stepper motor. Manual mode, let's turn on this bit, forward bit, set on. You can see motor is continuously running till this bit is on. So our speed is 1000 and pulses are k0. K0 means unlimited pulses. So here in RPM you can see actual RPM of motor is 75. Okay, let's turn off this bit, then motor will be off. Okay, so let's rotate reverse. So this bit is for reverse. So during reverse bit, this output will be also on. So let's turn on this bit. You can see here motor is rotating in reverse direction. So it will rotate continuously till this bit is on. So let's off this bit. Okay, now let's turn off this manual bit and let's turn on this auto select bit. So now in auto select you can see here we have the value K800 in 510. You can change this value. I have manually forced this value in D510. So in on stepper drive I have made the deep switches setting like that. It will take 800 pulses per revolution. So now it means whenever I will give the 800 pulses to the motor, it will rotate to 1 revolution. Okay, so now auto mode is selected, 800 output pulses are 800. So whenever this bit will be on, motor will rotate for 800 pulses, means 1 revolution. Okay, so let's turn on this bit, M6 bit. So I will just give here rising trigger. You can see 1 rotation is completed, right? So just we will reduce the speed so you can understand well. K500 means we have RPM of K37. Now let's give auto command. See, if I turn on this bit will be on M6, and based on this M6 your auto command will be goes to this Y0, and till completion of these pulses it will generate the pulse. After completing this 800 pulses, the Y0 will not generate the pulses, and this after completion of pulse this bit will be on. And so based on positive trigger of this bit, I have again resetted this M8 bit. Okay, so just turn on, set on, it will rotate only 1 revolution. Let's suppose take here 1600, change present value, it's double word K 1600, means now it will take 2 revolution. If I turn on this bit, now you can see in pulses now 1600 is there, it means it will take 2 revolution. So if I on this bit, turn on, 1 revolution completed and 2 revolution completed. Okay, so in this way you can write your auto program. You can use this bit as a pulse completion bit. Suppose you want reverse direction for same time. So during in auto, if you want reverse direction, so you just need to put this M6 here. So I will just put here M6. So means whenever M6 will be on, this Y0 will be on and direction will be reverse. So 1600 means 2 revolution in anti-clockwise direction. Let's turn on this bit again. You can see reverse direction for 2 revolution. Okay, after completion of 2 revolution, motor will stop. Okay, in this way we can program stepper motor with the help of Delta PLC. Okay, in case of any doubt, you can ask me a question in comment. Okay, if you want this reference backup, just comment your mail ID in comment box. Now I will show you how to calculate this RPM of motor. Yes, how to calculate the RPM of motor. Okay, we have the formula of RPM. RPM is equal to A divided by 360 into FZ into 60. So A means step angle and FZ means pulse frequency in hertz. So in our case, pulse frequency is, this is our pulse frequency D500. This is our pulse frequency, means speed. Okay, so this D500 is pulse frequency. Yeah, so now please understand the formula. So what is A? A is a step angle. So how we can define the step angle? Step angle is equal to degree of rotation divided by pulse per revolution. So in our case, so degree of rotation is 360. Okay, it means one rotation means 360 degree, right? So 360 divided by 800. What is 800? So in our case, 800 is pulse per revolution, means whenever I will give the 800 pulses to the motor, it will rotate one revolution. So based on this deep switches setting, which I have shown you recently, pulse per revolution table. So based on that setting, I have made 800 as a pulse per revolution. So this is 800 is a pulse per revolution. So first let's calculate the step angle, means this is step angle instruction. So DIVR means double instruction in floating. F360 divided by F800 and D50 is our step angle. Okay, so result is stored in D50, means D50 is our step angle. So what is this 800? 800 is pulse per revolution, which we have set by using deep switches. Okay, now second part. So second part is what? A divided by 360. So what is A? A is a D50. So next instruction is D50 divided by 360. Result is stored in D52. Now again next part is FZ. FZ means pulse frequency. Pulse frequency means D500, which is we have used in this instruction, D500. Yeah. So this D500 we want formula in real floating point. That's why first I converted this D500 into floating and stored this value in floating in D54. Then I just multiplied this result D52 with this D54, right, and stored in D56, right. Now D56 we need to multiply by again 60. So D56 multiply by 60, result is stored in D58. So this is our actual output RPM, and this is converted into again integer format. So now it is showing K37, means K37 is our motor RPM. Okay. So in this way you can calculate you can show your RPM of motor on HMI screen. Okay, thank you friends. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.